好，欢迎来到活在5点的嘉宾访谈环节。今天非常高兴啊，我们请到了一位国会议员，是来自 Scarborough-Rouge River 社区的 Rafika Sisubison 国会议员，非常年轻也非常的漂亮。Welcome, Rafika.
Thank you. Great to be back.
那 Rafika 有一个非常美的中国名字，叫做贺佩佳。It's a very beautiful name.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
那么我们首先呢，在访谈的一开始呢，先邀请我们的年轻的国会议员来给我们介绍一下他的这个Scarborough-Rouge River 社区。So at the beginning of our interview, would you like to talk a little bit about this Scarborough-Rouge River community?
Sure. The community is an amazing community. It's a very large, diverse population. A lot of multi-ethnic communities that live there. Very, very diverse with respect to immigration of the communities. We have Chinese, we have lots of South Asian, we have a lot of West Indian people, Filipinos. We have people from everywhere that live in the community, and it's truly a great place to live, and it's where we're the future of Canada. You know how they say Canada is going to be a fully multi-ethnic country in the future, but we are the future of that right here in Scarborough, and Scarborough-Rouge River is a great place to be.
As a member of parliament, what can you do for the community?
Lots of things. On an individual basis, basically a member of parliament, I'm there to serve the community for any issue that's of a federal nature. So if, as individuals, for example, if you need help with your immigration case or your mom or brother's immigration, your passport, anything to do with employment insurance, taxes, RCMP, public safety, any of the federal departments.
That's like a whole lot of things, like from immigration to like
RCMP.
daily life issues.
Yeah, absolutely. And so for individuals who need help with any of that, my office is there to help, and I have full-time staff in my Scarborough office who are there all the time, even when Parliament's in session, and I'm fighting the good fight in Parliament, working on policies, and in the House of Commons, being the voice of the community for whatever issues might be. My staff are always there in the community office in Scarborough.
So you've talked about like there are a lot of there are different group of people in their community, like Chinese, Filipinos, Indians. So what do you think is the most important issue that our Chinese people are concerned?
I think the Chinese community is concerned about very much the same issues that everybody else is concerned about. One big issue is immigration. Because I think for a lot of these cultures that I mentioned, Eastern cultures, or traditional Eastern cultures, family is important, and reuniting families coming together and living as a solid unit is very important in our cultures. And so immigration policy is something that I think affects a lot of families. Jobs, having access to good quality jobs that are full-time, that are jobs that people can raise a family on. Goes right back to family. Our young people having access to jobs, but also are other people in the community, like older people who have their skills and maybe have lost their jobs because of the recession, to find good quality jobs. Education. I find that once again, the cultures are very similar, where education is very valued, and people having access to post-secondary education is important, and investing in our young people to have access to good quality education. Those are all very important issues for, I think, the Chinese community, but also the larger community as well.
And another question that I think our viewers are very interested in, as a racialized women, what are the challenges you're facing in the parliament?
Oh my goodness, how much time do we have? Well, as women, as a woman in politics, I mean, there's a lot of challenges because there's always a double standard, different expectations for men and women. As a racialized, or as an immigrant woman, as a racialized woman, it's a little bit extra because you have to work doubly hard. For an older white man, for example, he's expected to be a member of parliament. Whereas for me, I'm a young racialized woman. And
it looks like there are a lot of doubts Like, can you do this?
Yes,
Can you do
exactly.
That?
I have to prove myself every step of the way. Whereas if it was a man, then it's just assumed he knows what he's doing. Whereas for me, it's I have to prove myself. I have to. My first speech in the House, people are like, oh, wow, she can actually debate and argue issues. And then the second one was like, oh. And then I did my first media interview, and they're like, oh, whoa, she can actually.
They're like a little bit of attitude change.
Yes,
stuff.
very much. And over the last few years, I've seen a lot of people's attitude has changed. And it's nice to be understood as a member of parliament, but it's sad that as a woman and as a racialized woman, I had to prove myself. Whereas for many other people, for men, it's not expected. You know, they just are assumed that, you know, I am here, I am a member of parliament, whereas for women, it's more along the lines of, well, you see, we'll see if you can be good enough. And so, as racialized women, I mean, it's the same. We have to continue to prove ourselves, and we're held to a different standard in the parliament, with media, with community even. I bet like it's a great advantage of being a woman because there's so much love in the community, and being a young woman, I was, right before I came here, I was at Yihong with some of the seniors, and it was just like being with my grandparents.
Oh.
They were just so loving, and it was amazing. And I think their response may have been different if it was an old man compared to me. So it has its advantages, especially in the community, because there's so much love in the community.
Very inspiring. I saw you walking around the office giving people this. It's very sweet. We still in the first months of our Lunar New Year. So what did you do in the Chinese New Year? This is just past.
Other than giving out red pockets, I had. We've had a lot of.
There's candies in it. Right?
There is candy in there. Yes. You can have it afterward.
Okay.
There's many celebrations of Lunar New Year celebrations in the community. I've been going to a lot of the community festivals and celebrations, but I also had my own. Every year I do my own Lunar New Year celebration in the community, just as a way for us to really be intercultural, for me to learn the Chinese culture and community and to truly be immersed in it. If you were there, you would have known that I try to sing. I try to sing.
In Chinese?
Yeah.
Wow. But I do know that you can speak a little bit Mandarin. So as we're ramping up today's interview, would you like to say something in Mandarin and Cantonese to our viewers?
Absolutely, I would love to. You can send some greetings to the...
Which camera? That one or that one? Number 3? Go ahead, that one.
Oh, okay. To all of the viewers at home, 新年快乐, 恭喜发财, 马年大吉, 步步高升.
Wow. Perfect pronunciation. I can't even say that in English. Thank you so much, Rathika. Thank you for coming to our interview.
Great to be here again. Thank you so much.
Inspiring speech. 我希望呢，电视机前观众朋友们呢，也可以通过 Rathika 刚才跟我讲的呢，可以受到一点启发，因为华人也在不停的来说这个参政的问题。那么现在Rathika 给我们做了一个很好的榜样，那么希望观众朋友们可以从中学到很多东西。那么今天非常感谢 Rathika 来到我们的节目，那么我们现在赶快进一段广告，回来继续我们的活在5点。